Hey, what's up, DIYers? Mike Boards with the Mike Boards channel. Thank you for watching. We're talking cars today, working on my brother's 2011 Chevy Cruze. In today's video, we are going to show you how we properly and safely clean stains off the inner portion of our hood. Let's get started. All right, DIYers, we are outside on this beautiful sunny morning and not too much wind. And here's my younger brother Miles' 2011 Chevy Cruze, and if it's not the first thing you notice, it is the first thing we notice every time we open up the hood. That stain right there. We got to get that clean. We're going to show you how to do that in this video. There's a right way to do it, and there is a wrong way to do it. If you do it the wrong way, well, it will become a nightmare, because the wrong way is you're thinking, I'm just going to use the garden hose and clean that off. However, that will cause havoc to your engine and all of the electrical connection points if they get wet, and create an immensely amount of sporadic behavior with your electrical system and engine performance. Again, just don't do that. We're going to show you how to do it the right way. And right now, basically what caused that, right down here is your water outlet, and this top hose is a return hose to the reservoir tank, and basically this little fitting is prone to failing. In our case, when the engine was running, it popped off and caused that stain. Coming in here, and we've got these little circular lock tabs, and in our case, we've got 11 of them. And there's a right way to remove these, and there's a wrong way to remove these. Don't do it the wrong way, or you will have to head to the dealership and buy new ones. You don't want that. At this point, I've got the camera positioned, looking again at that stain and the underside of our hood. And this is the passenger side, there's the driver's side. And DIYers, the two tools we are going to use is just a simple, very fine tip flathead Craftsman screwdriver as shown here. And again, as I just mentioned, there's a right way to do this. Without this tool right here, you will do it the wrong way. And this is an awesome tool. Down below in the comments and description will be a link on where to purchase it. You will see it in action here shortly. However, first I will remove this plastic lock plug as well as this one down here. And let me scroll in. And there's a good view of it. And DIYers, just go very slow. The last thing you want to do is puncture this actual panel and make it look uglier than it already does. And again, a very fine tip flathead screwdriver. All I'm going to do is carefully press it with my finger and push it behind the plug. And once I do that, I can come in with this tool here inside behind it and basically get directly inside as shown there. And DIYers, here's the awesome part with this tool. From here, carefully push the plug out, grab it with your hand and help it as shown there. And here is what it does. It grabs a hold of the inner stud there. And again, without breaking or causing any stress around the entire plastic part or plug or base here, it just pulls it out. No damage. DIYers, a very important tool to have. Now to the lower one, I'll scroll down. As you see right here, again, same thing. I'm just going to carefully insert that screwdriver behind the plug and use the tool, come underneath, and same thing. Get it inside and assist it out. Again, do your best not to damage or harm the panel. And again, no damage whatsoever to the entire plug. A very important tool, DIYers, to have. Again, down below in the comments and description for this tool. Now to a different camera angle, and I will show you this one as well. I'll scroll in now. And again, same thing, flathead screwdriver, carefully get behind the plug, come in with the tool, and properly set the tool on the inner plug or stud. And again, without damaging or putting too much pressure on the panel, go ahead and push the plug out so you can grab it by hand and assist it out. There it is. Again, no damage whatsoever to the plug. And I've done 3. I've got 8 more to do. I'll set the tool aside, and from here, after removing all 11 of those lock plugs, you can carefully lower or allow the panel to lower under its own weight. And right here are little slots that you will carefully maneuver the panel out of. And I'm going to lower it right there. Move the camera down just a little bit so you can see those tabs or slots. Shift it over and shift it out. And again, one slot here, a slot in the center, and a slot on the far right or driver's side. And to remove those, just carefully pull up and shift this down. And there it is, DIYers. As you can see, I'm going to set this down as shown here. Here we are to a different camera angle, and there is the entire panel again removed, and we need to clean that up. That is a huge eyesore. And let's go down to these little tabs here. And again, these are felt, just be careful. And you've got one in the center and the far right. And those will tuck in to their respective slots upon reinstallation of this part. In addition, again, the importance of purchasing the right tool. Not one plug was damaged during the removal process, as you see. Not one single plug needs to be replaced. Again, that tool is important. Definitely check out that link down below on where to purchase it. From here, we are going to put this inside a different vehicle and drive it to our local car wash and power wash that clean. DORs, we're at the car wash, and again, this is an auto wash, and we are going to insert some quarters in the machine, activate the power washer, and carefully remove that stain. DORs, we were back home, and what a difference. Check that out. And I did not use any power above, basically just the idle. In other words, I never pressed or engaged the trigger or handle on the sprayer itself. That would be personal preference. In our case, we just didn't want to damage ours. From here, I'm going to let this sit out in the sun and dry. All right, DIYers, hey, we were back from a 2.5, almost 3-hour break from allowing the panel to sit in the sun and dry. And I've got the camera positioned in a way we are looking at the inner bottom portion of our hood. And I want to direct our attention to 3 slots there. They are rectangle in shape. And as I bring the panel in, I'm going to be very careful and properly align each of the little tabs here. And as shown here, ever so carefully shift those into the slots, and carefully at this point, after you verify all 3 are properly seated, go ahead and carefully shift the panel up as shown here. And from here, I'm basically holding it at the very top, and all 3 of these slots or tabs are properly seated, and that bottom portion all the way down here is not going to fall out and fall into the engine compartment. From here, all I'm going to do is grab one plug, as shown here. I'll come up to the very top and align it properly and push it in. So now the top portion is held in place by 1 plug, and the bottom by 3 tabs in their respective slots. And all I'm going to do now is come around here and go hole to hole and insert every plug. And all you have to do is carefully align the plug as shown here in the hole and push it in and tight as shown there. Don't push too hard. You don't want to damage anything. And again, we've got 11 total. And a quick reposition the camera. We are now in the top left corner. And again, grabbing the plug as shown here. Insert in the hole, push it tight, and flush. And a couple of the plugs that were in that dirty section still are dirty. I will grab a wet towel and carefully clean each of the plugs for better presentation. And a quick reposition the camera, grab the remaining plugs, and again, just patiently and carefully align the plug in the hole and secure it flush to secure that panel. At this point, DIYers, all I'm doing again is cleaning the plugs, and everything is re-secured properly. Taking a big step back in DIYers, that completes the project, and we really hope this helps. And before we wrap this video up, I do want to go back inside the engine compartment because we have replaced a lot of parts on this engine. And we are going to have links down below in the comment section as well as the description section on all of those repairs. In addition, coming over here, I've got a 91 Z24 Chevy Cavalier on skates, and you can see the skates right there, basically roller skates on a steel panel. And long story short, DIYers, I'm not a strong guy, but I can walk up to that vehicle, grab it with 2 hands, and move it from that spot of the garage over to this spot of the garage, or all the way over to the other bay. However, again, let's head back inside the engine compartment. And coming back inside the engine compartment, one last look of the 2 tools we used. Again, just 2. And a video link on replacing the coolant return line, the reservoir tank, water outlet valve, air filter, the filter sensor, water pump, thermostat, turbo oil feed line right down there. If you got an oil leak in that section, chances are it is your oil feed line. and more. Oil change and this entire valve cover. Lots of links below. DIYers, that's it. We hope this helps. Hey, do us a favor. Below the video, you will see that thumbs up icon. Click on that, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Definitely ring your YouTube bell. That would be very helpful to us. We would really appreciate it. Thanks again for watching.